when God gets angry. When God gets angry. 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 11 through 18. 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 11 through 18. We have that please stand in the feet for the reading of the word of God. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of every one that heareth it shall tingle. And that day I will perform against Eli, y'all ain't reading, all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end, for I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not. And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not preserve their sacrifice or altar forever. And Samuel waited until the morning and opened the doors of the house of the Lord. And Samuel feared to show Eli the vision. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, What is the thing that the Lord has said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. God do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee. And Samuel told him every witness, and hid nothing from him. And he said, It is the Lord, let him do what seemeth him good. When God gets angry. If you have been keeping up with the news, the tornadoes, the hurricanes that have been hitting all of these cities, destroying houses, schools, supermarkets, high-rise buildings, within seconds. Yes. God is warning the United States again. Yes. He's warning the world again. Yes. Because God is angry with this world. Here in this book of Samuel, God began to deal with him in a vision. And he began to talk about the leader of the house. Yes. God is angry with preachers. Yes. Y'all know preachers. Come on. He's angry with bishops. Yes. He's angry with apostles. Well. He's angry with pastors. Y'all ain't gonna do The Bible said that judgment is going to begin in the house of God. And it's getting to a point now, preachers have stopped preaching holiness. Everybody wants to come to church, shout and dance, and they're the preacher to preach about their sins. God is angry with this world. And when God gets angry, we're in trouble. I'm going to prove it to you. When when God gets angry, man is in trouble. So he says to this young lad, and showing him the dream, I want you, at first I'm upset. He said, I'm going to do a new thing in Israel. Let me tell you all something that think you all that in a bag of chips. You can be replaced. I can be replaced. Don't ever think that you're so big and you're so bad that no one can do your job or no one can replace you. When God gets angry with your mess, He will replace you. And He will forget you was even there. So I'm careful how I live, that I may live righteous, not in front of the people of God, but when I'm out of their presence. So he said, I want you to tell Eli some things about his children. You know, because some of us think our children are God. They can't do no wrong. He said, your sons have committed sin. You can read the history of that, how they laid with the women in the house of God. They had sex with them. They had no respect for the house of God. Now that's a sin. You dishonor God and you would take a woman and lay in the temple and have sex with them. But you know what really upset God? When you read the history, you'll find out that these women were women of the street who came into the house of God and rededicated themselves to God. And they sat at the temple door washing the saints' feet. But these boys was low and took the advantage of these young ladies and had sex with them in the house of God. We got preachers kids that are doing that. Running women's in the church. And they know it and will not sit them down. And when they came to Eli and told us that your sons are out of order, they're doing things that God is not pleased with. And let me tell you something, saints. When you have children that are doing things that will make God angry, you need to chastise them. You need to, I don't care for her to say, listen, God is not pleased for you keep on committing fornication. You keep on smoking weed, you keep on smoking weed, but then you come up on and you're quiet and want to sing. You still having sex. But the man of God would not correct his children. And he just said to them, now boys, I heard what you done. You ought to do that. You shouldn't be doing that. No, what he should have sat them down.
That's right.
Get off the organ. If you ain't living holy.
That's right.
If you're having sex, get off the guitar.
That's right.
If you're having sex with somebody, get off the guitar. Get off the piano.
That's right.
We are singing without music and the anointing of God will be in the house. You can play God's instruments and living like a sinner. You can't play God's holy instrument and live any kind of way. You got to be holy in the presence of God. You can't sing on the choir and still fornicate. God is not happy. Somebody got to cry loud. The word of God says, cry loud and spread out. Lift up your voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression. In the house of Jacob, their sin. You cannot be on God's holy instruments and live in any kind of way, a shaggy life. God is not pleased. And he's angry with the church world.
That's right, Bishop.
As he's angry with this world. So he did not do what he was supposed to do. And this little lad, Samuel, who was just a teenager, dedicated to God. And God began to deal with him in vision and said, there's some things I want you to deal with the teacher, the one that has taught you, that you were raised up under. This was a child, but this was an adult. But God was upset with Eli. He was angry. He wasn't, I felt, I do feel, I don't have no Bible for this, but I feel that God gets out. When he brings you from nothing into something, and you go back on him and desecrate God's house. There was a song somebody wrote, Get Right with God. Man, now, it's not time to get right, it's time to be right. Be ready when he comes. You can't be getting right when God's coming. The word of God says he's coming like a thief in the night. We don't know when the thief is coming. He doesn't warn us. He just shows up. You better get ready when he comes. So he says here in 1 Samuel chapter 4 and verse 1.
And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle, and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistines pitched in Aphek. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines. And they slew of the army in the field about 4,000 men. And when the people were coming to the camp, the elders of Israel said, Wherefore hath the Lord smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of Shiloh unto us, that when it cometh among us, it may save us out of the hand of our enemies.
Stop right there. Now, Israel is at battle with the Philistines. And they realize that they are losing the battle. 4,000 men had died in the battle. And now they're getting worried because they are losing the battle. You saw that verse 4? And so the elders said, now let's do something about this. I'm going to try to hear this real good. Let's go get the Ark of the Covenant. That's going to save us. My God, I'm preaching thing today. Because somebody has sinned, but we got something that's going to save us. Read it.
Verse 4, so the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from thence the ark of the covenant of the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth between the cherubims, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant of God.
Now that's a lot of nerve. These two boys who had caused judgment in the house of God had the audacity to be walking alone with the ark of God. So they said, let's get the ark of the covenant. We're going all the way to Shiloh to get this great ark that's going to save us.
And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel shouted with a great shout, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, What meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews? And they understood that the ark of the Lord was coming to the camp. And the Philistines were afraid, for they said, God is come into the camp. And they said, Woe unto us, for there hath not been such a thing heretofore. Woe unto us! Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods? These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness.
All right, stop right there.
So now, they go to get the Ark of the Covenant. And the Egyptian, or the Philistine, heard about what happened in Egypt. So as the Ark of the Covenant comes into the camp, the Israelite is excited. And they start hollering and just making so much noise that the Philistines, what in the world is going on? And somebody said, well, they got the Ark of the Covenant. Can I just tell you all something? The Ark can't save you. I know what was in the Ark. We know the commandment was in the Ark. We know the 5 books of Moses was in the Ark, and Aaron's rod, and the Torah. Let me tell you something. When you don't live right, nothing can save you. How in the world can you drink like a fish all week long, live in adultery all week long, do your thing all week long, and think the Ark of the Covenant is going to save you? No, because sin was in the camp.